Morning, this is Wayne Blau with another smart profit maximizing moment. Today we're going to talk from connected to hyper connected and whether that's a threat or an opportunity for you. Wow, excuse me, allergies. You got a little bit of rain the last couple times this week, and then things bloom, and everybody in El Paso is struggling with allergies. Anyways, first let me do a better job introducing myself. My name is Wayne Belial. I'm the founder of a local CPA firm since 1991, so I've been doing this a long time, actually longer than that. I've passed the CPA exam back in, had to look it up, 1977. So been doing this a long time, mainly focusing on small business owners. Really, we do three things. So we do a lot more than that, but these are the three things we focus on. One, obviously, we work with small business owners to file their tax returns in a way that attracts very little attention and makes sure they follow the law and make sure that they pay as little as possible, which leads to the second main thing we do, which we talked about yesterday, which is tax planning. Over the last 3 years alone, we've helped our clients legally save over $4.3 million in taxes. That can only be done truthfully by doing tax planning before the end of the year rather than after the year is over, in which case you can't do a heck of a lot. Third thing we do is why we're doing these videos every day. We help our business owners make more money. Pay attention, we're going to have our first challenge on the 8th of July. It's a 5-day event where we get on one day, about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour a day, and teach a certain skill that'll help business owners really take off. From connected to hyper connected, and whether that ends up being having a problem here. How about it? Okay, we'll turn that. My iPad sometimes doesn't cooperate with you. You gotta love live TV. Anything alive can go, something can go wrong, will go wrong. I think I wrote this article back in 2014 that I was taking this off. So things have changed even faster since then. But at the time, I have a habit of getting up earlier than the rest of the people in my family, especially on Sunday morning when I'm not going to work. So I'll catch some of the talk shows that are, there before everybody gets ready to go to church. And I remember they were interviewing a guy named Tom Friedman, and he had the following quote, "I recently opened my book, The World is Flat," that was published in 2004, and looked in the index. Excuse me. Even though the book was about how the world was becoming more connected, it didn't have anything about Facebook in the book. This made me realize Facebook for most people didn't exist. The cloud was in the sky. Twitter was a sound. An application was something you sent to college for admittance. 4G was a parking spot. LinkedIn was a prison. And for most people, Skype was a typo. Unquote. I was 2014, if I remember roughly in that area, 2014, 2015. We're in 2019. Things are changing even faster. It's almost impossible to stay up with. And yet I see business owners that are still doing business the way they used to do business many, many moons ago. I'll be honest, when I finished this, listening to them, I wrote myself, all I really had was questions, truthfully. And I wrote myself these. What opportunities does this hyper connectivity present to small business owners? What threats does it represent? Are my customers using this? How will hyperconnectivity change the way my customers make buying decisions? How will my competitors react to the hyperconnectivity? What questions are you asking? What questions should I be asking? All right? There's a lot going on there. I mean, especially from a business owner. Too many businesses, CPA firms for 100 years were all run the same way. They're just not anymore. Some of these we've gotten questions to. There's threats. There's a lot of threats. If one of your competitors is using this and you're not, you have a serious problem. But there's also tons of opportunities. What I'm doing here wasn't possible just 5 years ago, truthfully. Not without a lot of technology. Now I open up Facebook, turn on my phone, and I'm talking and I'm teaching. I mean, truthfully, the challenge we're going to have, that kind of course would take me a year to put together. Now, heck, it takes... the marketing part takes a little bit of time. That's why it's been delayed a couple weeks to get the marketing right. But the course itself, turn on the TV, turn on the phone, put a camera on my computer, a couple of programs to capture my screen, and boom, you're on. You got a program. Everybody can be their own marketing guru. Everybody can teach. Everybody can connect. Be frank about it. The way I've changed my business 4 times since 1991, at least, because the world keeps changing. I can't even envision how I'm going to end up changing it into the future. What's another thing that happens though is that if you have something and if you're good at what you do, you have something to teach. You can now have a platform to teach. We use our blog. We have this. Intend to get a podcast started. We're moving, because we been doing this forever. I know how business owners think. I know what they do right. I know what they do wrong. Why? I've just been around a long time. I had one of my employees ask me, how'd you learn all that stuff? Oh, one day at a time. You can't do something as long as I've done it and not learn unless you're a rock. And that's true of anybody I've worked with. I mean, I got people that are very good at what they do, but they're not changing and taking advantage of this hyperconnectivity. You can now teach anywhere in the world. The world has gotten smaller, to be quite frank about it, and you can be anywhere. My coach is, sold his house, got a boat. He goes up and down the East Coast. He teaches from his boat. You can teach from anywhere. You can do your job almost from anywhere. Hey, until next time, this is Wayne Blau saying, how can this hyperconnectivity help you make this your most profitable year ever? Thank you very much.